Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and in today's video we've got a few pieces of news. I might have changed my mind on a couple of things as well. We're going to be looking at the summoning events for this weekend. Lots of stuff that is coming up. But first thing we got to touch on is Vaultkeeper Wixwell, the upcoming fusion. The third round of his skill voting is live. This is where we get to pick his A1. So his A3 has been locked in with a 50% vote. Of the 2 intercept, a new buff that blocks crowd control on a single ally, increased defense and shield for your team. His A2 is locked in with a dramatic 60% as an AoE attack with decreased attack, increases ally buffs and ally shields, and he does put out a shield. Now we have his A1. So let's look at this, what we're going to do. Also, basically, Plarium is doing a cool thing with content creators now as well, where, you know, if we like break down our voting and what we're doing, we can do a little giveaway for our viewers. So if you want to join this giveaway, what I want you to do is let me know just your overall opinion on this whole voting system for Vaultkeeper Wixwell. I'm actually quite curious. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Anything that would be done differently? I'm just curious what your opinions are. So put those in a comment and make sure, because this is how Plarium gives the giveaways, to put your number in the comment as well. And I think there could be 5 winners. And yeah, 5 winners for 300 energy, a rank 5 chicken, 2 sets of 50 multi-battle attempts, and a 3-day experience boost are all in there. So you can win it, which is cool. But let's look at what I'm actually going to go for here. So, support focus is a double hit, chance of putting poison. Okay. Defense focus, which we've gone with so far, double hit. Each hit has a chance to place provoke. That goes to a higher chance if the target is a boss. And then the damage focus is a double hit with a 25% chance of an extra turn. Now, I will say the support focus is not too enticing for me, but it would be pretty nice for an early game player. Like if you're looking for clan boss early game, right? And you're going, okay, well, give me someone with increased defense shield. Maybe I can tank a clan boss stun with intercept and remove it. Decrease attack, boost up the shields. If I wanted to be a clan boss champion, Demon Lord, then support focus is the way to go. Personally, not interested in that myself. I'm definitely not voting for that. Thanks very much. Defense focus is pretty darn good because we know that for his passive options, because you know, we have the full skill set. You can see I did a video on the full skill breakdown. There is an option with his passive to give him basically a permanent counterattack buff. And that, I think, makes this defense focus very attractive for things like Doom Tower Hard, though you might not even need that if you got Armans, right? Armans can maybe do it solo. Definitely for some of the Cursed City, it could be huge, where he can counterattack and start provoking off of his counterattack. That could be pretty cool. This is good for Hydra, right? You can provoke the Head of Decay, but it will need manual play. And he's going to be needing to cast his other skills as well, right? So I'm not convinced he's going to be an amazing provoker for Hydra, but it'd be a good backup that can lock down the Head of Decay in an emergency. But, I mean, I figure you're going to want him to use his other skills, so it's going to be more of a manual thing. The extra turn mechanic is also really good. Now, the only thing that puts me off about the extra turn mechanic is, again, in Hydra, for maximizing teams, maximizing them. This is a little bit of a problem, because extra turns on a non-damage dealer, he's not a damage dealer. If you're hitting the turn limit, that's a big loss of damage if you're getting extra turns where you're not doing much damage. You want your damage dealers taking as many turns as possible. If you wanted to mischief tank with that counterattack buff and like a blood shield accessory, extra turns are going to be bad as well. But it will up your buff extension. Like, so there's appealing stuff. I feel like this so far is actually the choice with the most flexibility. I do feel like the A2 was kind of, it synergized so well with the defense focus A3. You can kind of go with either. This one I think is pretty flexible. I am going to go for the defense focus. I think that is going to be more helpful to more people, just getting him into Hydra. Hydra is a tough piece of content to progress in. I think he's like a for a lot of players, he's going to be a must build for Hydra because, you know, he's giving your team a lot of protection with increased defense, shield, decreased attack, buff extension. That's so good for keeping your team alive in Hydra. The Provoke is nice utility. We can have a Mischief tank as well for nice utility. I guess because he puts out shield, he can't Blood Shield tank, which is a bummer. Damage focus, I think, could be good to just cycle through your stuff if you're nowhere near turn limit. Your early game just... I think defense focus is a bit of a safer option. Let's see if you guys agree. Oh, wow. Yeah, 55%. Interesting. There we go. Only 25%. I actually think that this choice is closer than is sort of making it out to be. is my feeling on it. Also, wait, what is the... Hang on. 25 plus 55. That's 80. Plus 18 is 98. Where is the other 2% gone? There's 2% missing right here. I guess they're rounding down instead of rounding. I guess if they rounded up, you'd have more. There's 2% missing right here. 2% have voted for a secret unknown skill. That's funny. Okay, well, there we go. So that's the first bit of news. There is that, which is cool. Now, the next bit of news is the summon event for this weekend. It's going to be a progressive chance event for 72 hours. And this is what it is. This is going to be tying in with the summon rush. Yes, Summon Rush, which will have web points for this Titan event. And yeah, we'll come back to that as well in a second. You've got some really, really good champions in here. So Harima, I'm in the wrong thing. Harima stands out as amazing. Firal stands out as amazing. Ultimate Death Knight is decent. Ragash is decent. Green Warden Ruark is very mediocre, I think. Nekret is great. Literally, the great. And Grazur Iron Good is great. You've got a lot of really good legendaries in here. I think it's a pretty stacked progressive chance because it is sort of unappealing in terms of when to do it, honestly. For the epics, Burngiri, Skullcrusher, Seeker. I'd say Seeker is the one that stands out. Burngiri's decent for soloing some Bommel stuff. And Skullcrusher is decent, though it's kind of difficult to find useful teams for him, honestly. And then we've got Godseeker, who's amazing. And White Dryad Nia is really solid, too. So you've got great voids in there, which might be the ideal way to do this. But I mean, Firal is top tier for Hydra. He's fantastic. And so is Harima. And Harima's really good for Arena as well. Personally, I'd probably go for Harima over Firal because not only is she great for Hydra, but she's amazing for Arena. Whereas Firal is really a Hydra specialist. So I'd go Harima 1, Firal 2 for these. Nekret and Grazur. I go for Grazur 1 now, Nekret 2. Grazur is more of a Hydra focus. But Nekret, I think he is struggling more in the meta. Like, he's still great. He's still really good, but, you know, like he's pretty weak on arena defense now against, what's he called? The White King Narses really rips through it. So that's sort of my feeling on this. That's sort of my rankings on that. It's an okay progressive chance, but it's just a progressive chance. I'm not too tempted by it. Again, if you're very, very close to your Mercy timer, yeah, I think these legendaries are absolutely worth going for. But if you're not close to Mercy, I just don't love pulling for progressive chances when it's sort of out on its own. Now, it's technically not out on its own, right? Because it is part of this Titan event. This is a big question. So I was really back and forth yesterday on whether this Titan event is worth it or not. Honestly, having thought about it some more, I think what this will come down to is whether you want to play around the hope that they will add the ability to buy mythical souls in the near future in the shop. Because right now, here's the thing, right? At 3-star, Lady Mikage, she gets the 3-star bless. So the blessing itself, let's say you put her in cruelty for Hydra, it doesn't get better until 5-star. The 4-star doesn't make the blessing itself stronger. Or if you got her in polymorph for arena, it doesn't get better till 5-star. He gets defense at 3-star, which is great for arena in particular. At 4-star, you get some crit damage. I think a tiny bit of HP. It's okay, but it's really not that important. I don't think that 4-star, actually, when you think about it, Mikage is amazing. Mikage, and this is where I was so conflicted yesterday. Mikage is so good, but the 4-star isn't that useful for her. 5-star is. But this is the thing. You cannot upgrade like you can with other champions right now, right? Other rarities, I can come in and I can upgrade them like this, right? I can buy the upgrade. You can't do that yet for mythicals. So I think you got to make the decision. Okay, this 4-star I feel is only worth it really as a springboard to 5-star eventually. I think they will do it eventually, but how soon? That's quite off-putting to me. Now, there's other nice things in here, but honestly, looking at this, and it's a very juicy progressive, but it is just a progressive chance. For me personally, I think if you're a free-to-play or low spender, having thought about it some more, I think this is definitely a skip. Now, I'm going to be doing the other events. Like I said, there could easily be one of the summon events be something actually really good, like a guaranteed event or something. That could actually happen during this. So that might make getting to the 3-star quite doable. I think that's quite nice. You're getting some nice stuff in here. Legendary Tome, the 3-star soul is good. So I think that's decent. But yeah, I actually feel like this is... I've changed my mind. I was back and forth yesterday, and I was kind of going, well, Mikage is so good. I probably will go for the 4-star. I've changed my mind. And this summon event definitely pushed me towards it. We're starting off with a summoning event that I just don't feel like pulling for progressive is that worthwhile. So that's my thought on it. Now, if you're a big old... Here's the thing, like, if you're a big old Kraken, then yeah, obviously a big old Kraken's going to be pulling for this stuff. But if you're a big old Kraken, you probably have a 4-star Mikage soul already. So yeah, for me, coming from a low spend perspective, I just do not think that actually that this is worth it. I'm just going to be chilling out. I'll probably try grab the 3-star soul. But we'll see. I mean, maybe I can just skip all the summoning events and save up, because here's a thing we know for a fact in Raid Shadow Legends. There's always going to be more summon events, right? You're never going to be short. You're never going to be sat there going like, man, I saved up those Void and Sacred shards. Gosh, golly gee, there's just nowhere for me to spend them. Gosh, I can't get rid of these shards. They're burning a hole in my pocket. I can't get... No, you're always going to have stuff to use them on. So... that's sort of my feeling on that. Also, a Forge Pass that I would have recommended before. But yeah, you guys know, I've often been a Forge Pass connoisseur. A buyer of the Forge Pass. I think that the Bolster Pass has actually lost quite a lot of value. Number one, I think that there's really, really powerful sets coming into the game now. But yeah, I think Bolster, particularly with Necret, has lost some value. Now, it's still decent. I think this is still something you could buy, but it's just not as strong in Arena as it was before, because it is just setting you up to get absolutely slammed down by White King Narses. It's kind of a problem, honestly. So I've got mixed feelings about Bolster. Let me know, what do you think about Bolster? What do you think about this Forge Pass? Like, there's decent stuff in here. It's a decent thing to spend on, but... for me, again, I'm kind of going, maybe I think I'm just going to skip this one. Like, I like the Forge Passes, I do, but especially because I'm going to skip the Titan event. Like, this XP boost be really nice for the Titan event, but I think that's all it's really going to help you with. Yeah, there could be a big old Heroes Path or something during the Titan event, and this will make a good help to getting through it, but I think I'd rather save the whatever $20 and save that for something different in the future. Save it for a different Forge Pass, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. That's sort of my feeling on it at the moment. Let me know what you think, though. So basically, it's sad to say, but or maybe it's good to say. Probably it's good to say. I don't know. I think people do like having a break now and then. I feel like it's kind of a bummer. I actually do think it's disappointing that the community weeks events are not more exciting. I do feel like I think the Forge Pass, I think this summon event, I think the community weeks Titan event is honestly stuff that you can happily say I'm gonna skip. And yeah, that's how it is. It's a bit of a bummer for community weeks. Luckily, I think that. Well, I'll see what your comments say about the Vaultkeeper Wixwell stuff, but I think that has been a fun event, and he's going to be a good fusion, so there is that to look forward to, for sure. But yeah, I think this might be a nice time to take a little bit of time off to chill a bit more, get your Minotaur stuff done, not have to worry about grinding super hard nonstop. Take a little bit of a chill, which is nice. That's nice too. And yeah, who knows? There could be a good summon event coming in. You know what? Seeing as there is no champion chase this weekend, actually, that's a spicy thing. Let's pull this. Maybe we get the Falmont. Can it happen? Can it happen? Nope. Nope. It's another epic. It's another epic. Here we go. Nubraids continues with his unfailing success at pulling only epics from the summon pool events. Never pulled a legendary from this. I feel like I never will. Ay. But yeah, that's something. We'll end on that because it's an interesting thing. They have been mixing the summon events up quite a bit recently. Like now we've had Summon Rush back-to-back weekends. We had a Summon Rush last weekend, I'm pretty sure. We have a Summon Rush this weekend coming up. So making it harder to predict summon events too. Anyway, I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.